Previously on F1 2016 career mode, Daniel Ricciardo wasn't very happy.
What a bloke.
Kimi Räikkönen was over the moon of winning the first race of the season.
I was having a shit.
And Felipe Nasr has a go at Marcus Ericsson for no reason whatsoever.
Well, I think Marcus has a short memory. Last year, he was told to swap position.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Today we are here with the second episode of F1 2016 career mode, and as you can see, last time out in Australia wasn't exactly ideal for me. I finished way behind my teammate Kevin Magnussen, which was really disappointing on lap time as well, and also we had that incident with Ricciardo, which you guys saw in the preview of the video. But here we are in free practice 3 here in Bahrain circuit, and I wanted to make sure that I did show you guys some of the practice session. I'm not too sure whether you guys want to see the practice session or not. Let me know in the comment section. That's always appreciated, just to see what you guys would prefer in the series. Maybe shorter videos with no practice, or longer videos with practice, qualifying and the race. Just let me know what you'd prefer in the comment section. I mean, I might end up just doing the racing as well. Just let me know what you want to see, really, in all honesty, what you'd prefer to see on the channel. So here we go, free practice 3 here in Bahrain. We set some decent lap times in the first 2 practice sessions. I wanted to do those practice sessions to get the extra points that you get as well, the development points. So we've been doing that. I'm not going to do all of the challenges in the development points, especially on the PS3, where, let's be honest, I'm not going to be spending too much time off. Still going to jump ship over to the PC for Season 2. And obviously you guys are going to be choosing my second season team as well. We'll do that in the last couple of rounds of the season. Obviously there's a vote, but here we go, Bahrain. Obviously, it's kind of weird to see it in the daytime now. Obviously, we're used to it being in a night race, and obviously, free practice 3 is before qualifying on the Saturday. So, obviously, it's still daytime when free practice 3 is going on. So, it's kind of strange to look at Bahrain like this nowadays. We know it is a night race since the last couple of years, and it's strange. But nonetheless, heading down to turn number 1 here in Bahrain, in our little Renault here. Obviously lots of development is needed on this car to try and get it towards the front of the grid here, which, let's keep our fingers crossed we can develop it into a sort of a mid-table car at least by the end of the season. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed throughout this series that we will have a couple of races here and there where we are quick enough to be up the front and battling for points. Maybe not right up the front, but battling for points nonetheless. I'm hoping there will be some races down the line where we'll have that opportunity. But here today I'm more focusing on just trying to beat my teammate Kevin Magnussen. But through that first sector, I've actually gone really quick here on the super soft tyres. We made a slight mistake running over the curb on the outside there. That was probably one of the corners I was struggling with the most, not going to lie guys, in this practice session. Or in the whole sort of race event, really, I suppose you can say. I was struggling with that corner because I ran wide over the curb, and then the car sort of spat me out to the left hand side, and I was finding it hard to control with the controller, but luckily I just about managed to overcome it that time. And I've got to say guys, I think I have turned traction control down to medium. I found that it's already improved me a lot, and I think it's actually going to help me out a lot in this career mode. But I need to double check. I'm pretty sure I switched it down to medium for some online races I did, which you guys would have seen already on the videos. But I need to double check because I'm not sure whether it saves, whether it's just in career mode that it saves it, or whether it's over the whole game that it saves it. I know there was weird things in F1 2015 where you'd save a certain setting for F1 2015 like career mode, and it wouldn't save it for the online, which is really, really strange. But nonetheless, that practice lap was a little bit, shaky, a couple of mistakes in there, here and there, but overall, as we cross the line, 4 tenths behind Sebastian Vettel, it's not too bad. It's put us now in a good position as we head into qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
The cars are ready, the drivers are ready. We hope you're ready as qualifying is about to begin here in Bahrain. When it comes to getting lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximising top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on into the corners and max out down the straights?
Top speed is a key factor for this circuit. Even if you can achieve the same lap time as someone running less wing than you, chances are you'll find overtaking difficult if you have too much drag.
So here we are then guys for the qualifying session, and I'm looking forward to this one a lot. Obviously the free practice pace was pretty good. I'm hoping that we can continue that into qualifying, which obviously, fingers crossed, we've got enough time to get a good lap time in here. We're just going to quickly look at the setup, which was all good, and we just needed to switch or to make sure that we were on super soft tyres, which obviously everyone has for the qualifying session. But here we go then guys, we've got 4 minutes of the session left round the final corner here in Bahrain. We've got that about right, but now we're flooring it down the main straight here. We'll open the DRS any second now to obviously get that extra bit of speed boost down the straight. And you can see in the top right we've got the Delta, which is the comparison to my best lap time so far, which has put me in 9th place, which isn't actually too bad. That's already a nice lap time so far. So I wasn't sure if this next lap time was actually going to be anywhere good enough. But you can see we've got a nice line through there. That's really caught us up to our delta. We were quite slow into turn 1. But the turn 2 sort of flick back actually managed to get us back sort of nearer to our delta. And through here we actually gained a lot of time on our delta. Because on our actual lap time before, we ran quite wide and lost us quite a bit of time. So now into the sort of fast S's part of the track here, where it's very, very tough to get it right. But you can see in this first sector we were only like a couple of attempts down there on Rosberg, which is really good. Through the hairpin, obviously cutting back on yourself now, and then once again you're going back on yourself into the next DRS zone, isn't it, where you get obviously a nice little speed boost once again. So on the brakes, through the left-hander, now DRS wide open once again. We're still down in our delta here. Look at that top right, you can see it's red. When it goes green, we know we're faster than our delta time, which we need to be looking out for. Obviously on the brakes, into the left-hander. That one was pretty perfect, to be fair. Even with the controller, I'm getting used to it a little bit more now. I think with the medium traction control as well, I'm finding it a lot easier to actually control the car. When you had the full traction control on, I found it was actually sort of holding back the car, which was quite hard. Look at that, I ran quite a bit wide there, but somehow I didn't get a corner cutting penalty or a track extending penalty. So I was happy with that. And then down to the final corner here. Got on the brakes quite late, and then we turn it in, and we're up on our delta by about 0.2 of a second here. Are we going to be able to continue it to the line? Looks like we are. We're going to get the DRS as well. Remember to open that as we go across the line to go up to 7th place with a 1:36.223. Now that is a decent lap time there. I'm pretty sorry, 1:35. What? I misread it there. My little monitor, I couldn't see it, but a 1:35.228. That is a lot better than I expected there. So once again, qualifying. But this time it's gone a lot better than expected. Lewis Hamilton is in a 6th place there. What has happened to him? Rosberg's up on the front row of the grid alongside Vettel. Then it's Verstappen and Raikkonen on that second row there. But Lewis Hamilton's really struggled in qualifying here. And now we're going to look at the formation lap here, which you guys wanted to see. And also I'm going to be using manual starts for this race here. So 2 things I missed out on in the first episode I'll be using in this race here. So one thing straight off the bat which really confused me is obviously I got a good start and overtook Hamilton on the formation lap thing, but it wouldn't let him back past. So you can see here I'm slowing down, but he just won't overtake me. I'm like, what's happening, Hamilton? You qualified ahead of me, just go back past. And that really confused me right away. So that was annoying, obviously, because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to get a penalty for overtaking Hamilton on the formation lap. I don't think you do get penalties in real life for that sort of thing, but I just wanted to make sure, like, just go past Hamilton. I don't want to get a penalty of some sort. I don't know if the game would glitch out or something. At this point, I thought the game had glitched out and I was actually going to be starting in 6th place, which I found really weird, but I wasn't sure what was going to happen here because at this point I was like, can you overtake cars or was it a glitch? So at this point I wanted to just overtake or try and overtake Ricciardo to see if it was a glitch, but unlike the previous games where it actually didn't let you overtake the cars at all, this time it does. Like under safety car you couldn't overtake cars at all, so you get penalties for it, and it purposely stopped you from doing it. But at this point I was like, Ricciardo, I've overtaken him and let him pass, so I'll do the same with Hamilton. And for some reason this time it worked. Hamilton goes through on the formation lap and I'm back to being safe now. I'm not worrying about possibly getting a penalty for being ahead of Hamilton on the formation lap. But I'm like, put your foot down, Hamilton, come on, there's a lot of gap to the car in front here. It's actually kind of hard to get heat into the tyres, I found, on the formation lap, especially with the controller, because you can see when you try and do a bit of side-to-side action, you're actually all over the place and your car starts sliding and you go way off the track here. So here we are down the penultimate straight here before we start off our first race using manual controls. So not manual, manual controls, manual starts, I suppose I should say. They're not manual controls. I'm looking forward to seeing what the button is on the wheel for manual starts. I'm not too sure. We'll see obviously when I get to that in a couple of days time. I'll be doing loads of PC videos as well when I get the game obviously tomorrow on PC, and I will be continuing this PS4 career mode all the way to the end obviously of the season. Then I'll switch over to PC for the second season, which I think will improve my driving and improve the career mode. But here we go, guys. Now we've just got to wait for the whole grid to form, which does take a little bit of time, but let me know what you think. Do you think formation laps were worth it there? Do you think that was good, or do you think that was a little bit boring, a bit tedious? Let me know in the comment section as well. That's always nice to see. But the whole grid is forming now. This just takes too much time. In my opinion, it just takes too much time. I think any second now, there we go. So a bit weirdly, you don't just go to the formation lap. You have to like reset, obviously. So like that was like a loading screen or something, I guess, that black screen there. But our first start with manual starts wasn't great, but it was better than Ricciardo's. Straight off, Massa gets a great start, to be fair. He goes around the outside. Bottas, Perez goes as well. and into turn 1, I brake a little bit too late here, slightly touching the back of Massa, and it's side by side between me and Sergio Perez here. Perez goes through here, and he's up into 9th, and I'm dropped down to 10th place here on the first lap of the race. I'm struggling with the cold tyres all over the place. Fernando Alonso is now looking around the outside on the brakes, however, I should be able to get him back. Yes, we got past Alonso on the brakes there, which is great stuff. Now, Sergio Perez and the Williams are going side by side through here. They're going really, really close. Is there going to be contact? No, there wasn't quite contact there between the two Williams drivers, but Sergio Perez right up behind as well. Are we going to go for a cheeky move down the inside? No, we're going to look around the outside there. I thought that Sergio Perez would cut us up if we went down the inside, so trying to go around the outside here, but out the hairpin. Really close stuff between me, Sergio Perez, and the two Williams as well. Are we going to go past Sergio Perez here? To be fair, I think we could have gone down the inside there, but Sergio Perez puts it in the middle of the road, and we didn't manage to get past him there. So now, once again, right up in the slipstream with Sergio Perez. He's got the better engine in that car, but thanks to the slipstream, we're managing to just about keep with him. Looking to the inside of Sergio Perez, we go for the move. And I didn't really expect that, but we managed to get that overtake down on Sergio Perez there on this first lap of the race. So, a bit unexpected. I went for the gap, and he just sort of left it open. He didn't really defend it, which was kind of surprising, but anyway, we've still got to try and gain 2 positions here to get back where we started in this race. Obviously, started P7, which I thought was pretty good. Dropped down to P10, nearly P11 with Alonso as well. But as we go through the final corner, we're in 9th place behind the two Williams. And actually, if we skip ahead exactly 1 lap here, you can see Bottas and Massa still going at it. And it's a bit of a gap to 6th place now. But I'm trying to get past Bottas. But there you can see a straight line differential here. They are so much faster in a straight line with that Mercedes power unit. And down into turn 1, Bottas going for an overtake on Massa. Is he? It's side-by-side stuff here. Massa trying to defend it. It's really, really close. Bottas, is there going to be contact through the left-hand kink? No, there isn't. Very close once again. I'm getting a really good run round the outside there. Bottas, thanks to this. And I've got past Bottas here. Can we get past Felipe Massa on the brakes? I probably could have maybe jinked to that side, right-hand side of the track and got past, but I wasn't too sure whether Bottas was still overlapping, so I didn't want to cause an accident. So there we go, back into 8th place here. Now, can we get past Felipe Massa and get to where we started this race here? So on the brakes here, jamming them on, and we slightly missed the apex through there, but Felipe Massa didn't get a great run out of there either. So now down to the part of the track where we will get DRS now. It's obviously the 3rd lap of the race where the DRS is activated, but Felipe Massa, I don't need it even, because Felipe Massa leaves a gap and we go for it. And at this point, I completely forget to use the DRS. You can see in the bottom right-hand side of the screen, it's flashing like DRS is available, Alex, but for some reason I completely forget about it, and I guess I didn't really think in my head that I was ahead under the DRS point, because obviously when I went through the corner I was actually ahead of Massa, so I completely forgot about it. But not to worry, of course, because obviously we managed to keep our position without using the DRS here. But on to lap number 6 here, you can see Bottas is quite close behind us here. Verstappen's way up the road, so we're not going to be catching him in this race. Of course, we didn't expect to. He's in a much faster car, but luckily in this race a lot of things have gone our way, and one thing that did go our way was our tyres not dropping off the cliff like they sometimes do in these games. I mean, I was supposed to pit at lap number 5, but I sort of extended the stint for 1 extra lap, so I didn't really mean to be fair. I mean, I was just trying to just get to the pits, and I just completely forgot about pitting on lap number 5. But nonetheless, we managed to extend it for another lap. But you can see there in the pit stops, we were jumped by Valtteri Bottas, which is kind of annoying. But hopefully we won't lose any positions to Felipe Massa, who we were battling with. But I think that might have been him that's just gone past there. And Sergio Perez has gone past as well. So actually, we've lost 3 positions in the pits. And I think we're a net P10 now, because Bottas is ahead of us. So is Perez, and so is Felipe Massa. So I think technically we're down to P10 once everyone's done their pit stops here. But into the rich fuel mixture, and we're going to go for a move straight away on Valtteri Bottas here, right out of the pits here. We're both on fresh tyres, both on cold tyres, and I get the position done up into P15 for the time, which I think will be P9 whilst all the pit stops are done. So skipping ahead to lap number 9, you can see here Bottas right up behind me once again. I've got the DRS, but Bottas with that Mercedes power is so much faster in a straight line. He's going to get that position done. Is he down into turn 1? I've got on the brakes a lot later down into turn 1, but still Bottas going to be side by side here as we go through the first corner there, side by side through the little left hand kink. We managed to just get past Bottas there, back into P10. I think there still must be 1 car in front of us that hasn't pitted, because I think we should be still a net P9. I think it might be Verline. I think it's the car ahead of Perez right now. We'll see. Who is it? Is it Pascal? Nice Harrianto there in the manner, who I think will be diving into the pits here. That's quite a late pit stop there from Harrianto. Very strange strategy to go 10 laps on the soft tyres, but For us, we've got a chance to try and get past Sergio Perez here. We've got the DRS wide open as we head down to turn 1. Perez has obviously got the DRS as well, but we got the slipstream. But we dive in a bit too much down the inside there and we lose the position once again. Obviously going too deep on the brakes there. Perez goes back through and into 8th position. So we are in 9th where we thought we'd be after everyone has pitted. But I've got to say, guys, I'm a bit disappointed I didn't get that overtake done through turn 1. I think we should have really got it done. Obviously, a bit too late on the brakes was our downfall there, but it is what it is, and I think you guys can see already the progression from the first episode to this one here. We're already improving so much in this, so I mean, thank you guys for letting me know in the comment section little things that I've already tried to pick up on, especially with the fuel mix. I think it was Marco that let me know about that you don't have to go through all the menus really to get to the fuels. You can just press left and right on the D-pad and it will do it for you. You don't have to get to that screen and then do it. So that's really good to know. And also everyone let me know about the manual starts and also the formation laps, that sort of stuff. I'll continue doing the manual starts definitely. As I'm rambling on, we just managed to get past Sergio Perez. There we go, up into 8th position, which is great. But I do want to do the manual starts, but it's just up to you guys whether you want me to do the formation laps or not. But you can see here, on to the last lap of the race here, we had a really good race, well, a really good last couple of laps. We managed to pull away from Bottas and Perez, who are battling from 9th and 10th place, but Rosberg's won the race. We didn't manage to catch Felipe Massa there, but I think that was a good race. I mean, we managed to go from finishing, was it 21st place in Australia to 8th place here in Bahrain. It proves that, you know, with a bit more practice and a clean race, you can do a lot better if you just put your mind to it and do a bit more practicing. So there we are, guys. You can see Total very happy with that. Nico Rosberg very happy with the race win there. I'm interested to see where did Lewis Hamilton finish and all that, obviously, because he started in 6th place just ahead of me on the grid, and I had a much better start I think than Lewis Hamilton, but he managed to obviously get ahead with the much faster car. There's Lewis Hamilton. He finished 4th place off the podium. So Hamilton at the first 2 races hasn't won either of them, so a little bit like real life where Hamilton struggled in the first couple of races of the season. But Rosberg's joined by both of the Ferrari drivers on the podium. I think Raikkonen might be leading the standings obviously now with a win in Australia and a 3rd place here in Bahrain. We'll see in a second here. I'm sure Kimi Raikkonen will be very disappointed that there's no champagne and it's rose water here in Bahrain. But there we go. Thank you for watching this episode, guys. I've really appreciated it. Once again, the support on the first episode was absolutely incredible. Still, obviously, the opportunity for you guys to go and win a copy of F1 2016. I'll announce it a later date over on my Twitter who's won that. But there we go, 8th place there for us. Obviously, you lost the position, 5 seconds behind Felipe Massa, which I suppose it is where it is. Not too bad, not too great. Obviously, would have liked to have finished ahead of him. I think we did have better pace, but Lewis Hamilton still not got a podium. That's pretty surprising stuff. And our teammate Kevin Magnussen dropped down the order there and finished in 19th place, which is not good whatsoever for him. Hopefully for us, that jumps us ahead of us in the head-to-head battle, but we'll see in a second. What were the standings overall? Actually, Rosberg and Raikkonen both equal on points. Both had a 1st and a 3rd in the first 2 races of the season. Hamilton is in 3rd place in the championship. Sebastian Vettel did get a podium there, but didn't have a great race in Australia. So let's have a look at their teammate head-to-head. I think we'll get to see that in a second here. Obviously, that's something we really need to see. But first off, we got the resource points, obviously. We got 25 points for the participation, 85% clean laps, 21 points for that. Positions lost, we still got plus 20 for that. And disciplinary record, we got -2 penalties. I guess that must have been corner cutting penalties. But anyway, 23 points for that as well. But here we go, here's the rivalry update. This is the one we want to know, because I think if we get to 30 points first, we become the #1 driver. But you can see we mastered all of them except from podium finished. So see, there we are. We're still the 2nd driver, but we're definitely improving. So thanks for watching, guys. It's been Alex, and I'm out of here. Goodbye. Thanks again for watching this video, guys. I really do appreciate it. As always, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. It helps me out massively. You don't understand how much it really does help me out here on YouTube. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribing, it really will help me out grow the channel, which obviously really is appreciated. And now I've got that out of the way, if you want to watch another video as well, there's one linked on the screen right now. It'll be a different annotation link every day, so maybe well, different ones you saw yesterday, so always give it a quick check if you haven't seen it. That'd be really cool if you could check it out. Might be an old video, might be a newer one. Very cool to just see maybe some old content out there as well, whether you liked it or not. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day. It's been Alex, I'm out here. Goodbye.